Okay, so at this year's Digital Signage Summit, I was looking for some interesting different ideas which we've not come across before. And of course, there's so much about technology, software and different deployments and what's happening in the market. But one of the key themes that I've certainly picked up on is about environmentally friendly policies and how to go about reducing the impact on the climate, and with our industry particularly focusing on power in screens and media players and turning things on and LED on the sides of motorways and whatever. There was certainly a theme that I was looking at, which was thinking about how to really look at that impact and how we could reduce it. So the theme was running throughout the whole event actually, and I picked up some very interesting ideas. I didn't know, for example, that having darker colours in the design of the actual content reduces the amount of power that you need on the screen. It sounds obvious, but I didn't know about that. So we have procurement directors who are asking us in tenders or in work that we do, how we are taking these things into account, and that's certainly one of them. There is also a lot of different recycling programs that I didn't know about. So there were manufacturers who were talking to me about if there was a particular deployment, for example, or a customer who wanted things to be recycled. We do use the WE recycling scheme anyway, but some manufacturers who are world leading manufacturers are able to take some of the products back and take them apart and use all the different components of it to recycle correctly, depending on what those components are. So I didn't know about that. And then another great tip, which I've never thought about, is so obvious again, is using high bright screens, which are, of course, extra candelas, extra brightness to face generally in a shop window or facing out into the heat and the light. And once they've done maybe 3, 4, 5 years, whatever their warranty is, they may start to fade a bit. But of course, a normal screen inside is maybe 250, 300 candelas or 400. So, a high bright screen might reduce from 2,500, for example, down to 2,000 or 1,500 or 1,000 candelas. It's still going to be able to be used in indoor environments. So that was revolutionary for us really to think about, because we do have a lot of high brights out there, and really talking to clients about how to get that second use and a second life out of existing technology for many years to come. So I think really focusing on the environment and talking about climate change is one of those things that you can pay lip service to. But a lot of the generation who are applying for roles with us now and coming through, the millennials, the Gen Z, people coming through are really focused, understandably, on the environment and on recycling. And it's something that I've always looked for pragmatic answers to and actual practicalities of how you can put things in place. And I've always struggled to find, to actually to do that rather than just talking a good game about it. So that's why the conference was so good this year, because it allowed us to actually say, here are some tangible things that we can do to reduce our impact on the environment. And I think whether or not that's recruitment or whether or not that is when we're talking to purchasing directors, we're looking at tenders, there's a lot of corporate social responsibility questions asked these days about just what are you doing? And really DSS gave me the ability to answer those questions very genuinely. And of course, we want to help. We want every company, I think, is the same, every person's the same, and to make sure that we are recycling where we can and we do, not just pay lip service to these things.